One reason how Islamic population swelled in this country is they took hundreds and thousands of Hindu women and produced Muslim children out of them. There are thousands of temples which are in different states of slowly being murdered. Just the significant, important temples which are in our eyes, please don't fight it. Just if you hand it over, there will be biradari going. Many concerned people have gone to courts and as you know, our courts take 550 years to deliver a judgment. So that is another matter. The real reclamation that needs to happen is not just Kashi, Mathura, thousands, if not 100,000s of temples. It's a significant part of World War II was funded by the Indian temples. If they are of significance to people and there is scientific proof, yes, it doesn't matter which religion. See, without a god there can be a temple, but without a devotee there is no temple. Let's understand this. See, the reverse is also true. Tell me which existed before, which is the earliest times. You're a historian, you please tell me.
Sanatana Dharma.
Yes. So tell me the chances of temples being built over. There are temples over which stupas have been built because stupa is not a place for people to enter, it's just brick or mud, all right? It's a solid structure. The very idea of stupa, some people say, is because they covered the temples. Otherwise, why would you build a building that you can't enter? So that is another matter, but that if there are incidences like that, there are not too many and there is nobody to reclaim them. So if you have solid evidence like that, maybe that'll also have to come into picture, whether Hindus have built over Buddhist sites or Buddhists have built over Hindu sites. If they are of significance to people, if it's still in their collective memory, and there is scientific proof, yes, it doesn't matter which religion. Whether we have to give something or they have to take something, it's perfectly okay with me. The important thing is that you take pleasure in the wounds of other people's hearts, that's not okay with me.
The question that you, I think, alluded to in your earlier answer, we can reclaim them, then what happens after that? Because then if it goes to the government control…
No, this is what I was about to say.
We'd rather let it be
the real reclamation that needs to happen is not just Kashi, Mathura, thousands, if not 100,000s of temples which are in the hands of the government, run by government clerks who are not necessarily devotees. See, without a god there can be a temple, but without a devotee there is no temple. Let's understand this. So now there are thousands of temples. Probably if you add up in all the states, it's over 120,000 or 150,000 temples which are in different states of slowly being murdered. When I say murdered, if there is a temple here and the person inside who's in charge is not a devotee of the deity, it's murder. It's happening. Once that person who stands there doesn't have… their hearts don't beat for that deity, there is no meaning in that temple. So we have done this, so that reclamation needs to happen. We are seeing how to do this. There are so many ad hoc legislations which have happened in various states. Many concerned people have gone to courts and as you know, our courts take 550 years to deliver a judgment. But I think we deserve a parliamentary legislation which nullifies all the state legislations which were made at various times. The important reason, the only reason why temples are in the hands of governments is because of the wealth that they had. The British were interested in the temples because there was wealth that they could easily transport to Her Majesty's service. And at least a significant part of World War II was funded by the Indian temples, from the wealth that was stolen from Indian temples. Even you hear in Kashi, when Aurangzeb and others destroyed the temples, how many camels or elephants carried gold and diamonds that were there. Because this was the land of gold and diamonds, where gold and diamonds in many places were sold like vegetables on the street side. Nuggets of gold and diamonds were sold like vegetables without security. That is how much it was present. So a whole lot of it was in the temples. And even now you have seen in Thiruvananthapuram temple, the estimates are incredible, that a few…
Many zeros there too.
Yeah, many zeros. Not out of our liberty, but genuine zeros. So, because of wealth, the Islamic invaders, they wanted the wealth to start with, let's not call them invaders. The Islamic marauders who came in the beginning, they wanted just the wealth, so they attacked temples. The invaders, as I said, they wanted to occupy not just the geography, but the mental geography of the population, so they did things in a certain way to break the spirit of the population, that even your God cannot protect himself, what can you do to belittle the people, to destroy their spirit? It was done. And further, these are the things in a man's life. Today, I know all these gender issues, but in a man's life, in the past, if you take away his woman, his God and his land, he is broken. And all these three things they took. One reason how Islamic population swelled in this country is they took hundreds and thousands of Hindu women as slaves and produced Muslim children out of them. So the ugliness of it cannot be documented by any historian. The ugliness of that, the pain of that and the suffering of that is not something that you can put it in numbers, but it's happened. All that we are not reclaiming. Just the significant, important temples which are in our eyes, please don't fight it. Just if you hand it over, there will be biradari going. Let it happen for the well-being of the nation.